The EduTech Guys present a conversation from our live coverage of FETC in Orlando, Florida on Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. Enjoy the program.
All right, my name is Nancy Penchev. I'm originally from South Carolina. I'm sure you can hear that in my voice. But now I teach in North Miami Beach, Florida at Sheck Community Day School. And we have a fabulous school of ECE through 12th grade students, about 1,100 students. And I teach a technology project-based class where students come in and we use whatever they're learning in their classroom to expand on and do either technology projects, maker projects, you name it. We have lots of fun. And that's the name of my class. The name of my classroom is the iLab, and it's I as in innovate and investigate and lots of action words, and we just have a lot of fun in there.
That's very cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It does.
So you're here. You're doing 3 sessions?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So give us a summary.
Sure. So yesterday I led a workshop on making learning visible. And so what that means for me is my kids, instead of taking a paper pencil test, will come in and create something to show what they've learned. It could be a Chatter Kids picture. My 3rd grade just finished their animals unit in science, so they came in and created a Chatter Pics to show our kindergarten and 1st graders what they had learned about animals.
That's cool.
Our 1st graders just finished a project on Thanksgiving Maker, so they made things about Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving food or Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving table or something, Native Americans, Pilgrims, Christopher Columbus, something to do with Thanksgiving. So that's kind of what we do, and that's how much fun I have every day. Because if my class is fun, then my kids are having fun. If I'm bored, then they're bored.
Yeah.
So we try to make learning visible. So that was my first session yesterday. Today at 4, I have a poster session on using Weebly, which is a website, very easy website builder, to make teacher portfolios as well as student portfolios.
Yeah.
So I have a how-to guide for that. It's so simple and easy. It's a wonderful program, and it's free, unless you want to pay extra for it, but it's free.
It's free. And all the great features, including password protection, is free. Yeah.
That's right.
So, and then Friday I have a coding poster session as well, where I will be sharing some of the robots that we do, some of the programs that we use, and again, the fun stuff that we do in class. So
That's really cool. Okay, so tell me what Chatters is.
Chatter Pics, or Chatter Kids, depending on which one you're using, is a 3-step process.
Okay.
It's amazing, okay? So my 2nd graders used it last year, and they were doing presidents. So they found a picture online of their president. They put it into the program. That's step 1, put in your picture. Step 2, you draw a line where you want the mouth to be. Step 3, you record your voice saying something, and then you watch it, and there it is. And it's
that's
done.
cool. Yeah, I've seen
You
those.
can save it to your camera roll, then you can put it wherever else you want to put it. So we just finished a project where the 3rd graders have studied science, animals, habitats, life cycles, all of that. And our 2nd grade also were studying animals at the same time. So they worked together to create a Chatter Pics. And so I have a whole library on Padlet of all of these different animals telling them about themselves.
Great.
So I just showed it to my kindergarten and 1st grade because they're starting animals now. And the kids were so excited because not only was the animal talking to them, but it was their brother's voice coming through the animal.
Yes.
They're like, I know that kid. I know that person. I'm like, of course you do. They're right over there in the other room. So it's just a fun and easy way.
Yeah.
There's an online version called Blabberize that you can use if you don't have iOS.
Yeah.
And it's just the kind of thing that we like to do. The making things the easy, free, making learning visible.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
I love the fact that you've got your older students working with younger students and then showcasing to the even younger students. So I mean, you talk about that. You talk about that peer learning, that the peer education, but then you also have the demonstration, trickling all the way down. That is awesome.
Yeah, our 1st graders with their animal unit right now, their end product is to create something to teach another 1st grader about it. Our 5th grade is doing a unit in social studies on the 13 colonies. So what they're making with their broadcast, either a podcast or a green screen or animated movie, whatever they choose to make during their broadcast session, they're going to teach the other 5th graders about their topic within social studies. Because if I tell them you're making it to tell me stuff, they're like, okay. But if I say other people are going to see this besides us,
Right.
That's when it becomes more valuable to them. So
Sure.
we have global awareness going on. We have sharing globally through Twitter, through other means to with other schools around the world, so that they see what we're doing. So then they send us stuff. And I made a connection yesterday in my workshop where a high school class is using Scratch for the first time, a 9th grade class, and she's like, "Can I send your kids my kids' stuff?" And I said, "Please do, because we're doing Scratch math right now. So my kids in 3rd grade are making math stories come alive in Scratch, so they have to share theirs with somebody. So that would be a perfect way to share. So again, instead of just our school or even other schools that we know about, we have people that we don't know that we're going to share with.
Yes.
So then my 3rd graders, when I get back and tell them this, they're going to have to take a step back and go, wait, is this enough? Because when they're making it for me, it's okay. When they're making it for their parents to see, or even their classmates to see, it's okay. But is it enough to share with a 9th grader?
Right.
And they're on the same playing field because they both are just now starting Scratch. So it's a level playing field of what we know, and we're teaching ourselves how to do it. So it should be pretty interesting. I'm excited
should be really
about
interesting.
What an awesome connection.
Put a lot of pressure on those 9th graders.
Yeah, 3rd graders are doing this over here.
Yeah.
Right.
But by the same token, though, I think you made a very significant point, and that is that it doesn't matter if you are if you've got 3rd graders or you got 9th graders, or you're a 50-year-old guy who is going to sit down and learn Scratch. Learning it from zero is learning it from zero, no matter how old you are, no matter what your experience is. And if you can make those connections where you can share out whatever you're working on with someone who is on the same level, it doesn't matter how old they are, how young they are, they're on the same skill level you are. You can see what they've done. You can compare notes, go, oh, I wish I'd have tried that. Or the other side says, oh, man, I see what you did there. That's so cool.
We just were working with Scratch with my 3rd grade in Hanukkah projects. So we looked at other Hanukkah projects that were already on Scratch because my kids had never even seen it before. So we looked up other projects that were there, and then they tried to remix them and make them their own. So they had a base already. And then one of my kids just went to town. I don't even know how he did, but he had the menorah spinning and everything, and all the kids would come over and go, how did you do that? And so he would show them. And so I'm not the teacher in my classroom. I'm the person who's there to try to help them figure things out, but I'm not the person who has to figure it out. So for me, that's the best thing in the world. That I teach coding, and I really don't know how to code, but I don't have to. I use robotics all the time. I don't really know how they work so much. My kids figure it out, and they teach me.
Yes.
So when they become the leader in my classroom, and I step back and just say, I don't know, go ask so-and-so. Oh, you know who knew that? Jordan knew that. Or Paula knew that. Go ask Paula, go ask Jordan, go ask Adam. They can help you.
Yeah.
And then I'm there to just watch and to learn with them. And it has become just the most amazing thing over the last 3 years in this position.
Teachers make the best facilitators. And and it's fun to move into that role where your kids are creating and teaching themselves, and so you're just facilitating the learning because you actually get more done.
Yes.
It moves so much quicker, and you can get so much more. You just keep shoveling it in. They just keep running with it.
And they come up with the best ideas, things that I would have never even thought of. I told somebody earlier today that Maker was the best thing I ever did in my classroom. I've been teaching 20 years in January. And Maker, started 3 years ago. And I'd saw it at FETC before. I'd saw it at ISTE before. And I was like, no, it's just one more thing. It's just one more thing. And then I said, I'll try it. And I tried it with a small group before school. They just came in and we just made stuff. And it was pretty cool. So I said, let's try it in class. And so I told my kids, I want you to make something. Yeah. And I gave them, some resources they can see online, different videos that other people had done. And I said, I don't know what you're going to make. And I'm not going to tell you no. You tell me what you need, and if I don't have it, I'll go find it. Yeah. And they did. And then they told me, this has been the best thing because I made the decisions. I figured out how this worked because I didn't know. I had I had Makey, had all kinds of stuff laid out there, and I said, here's what I have. What if you need something else, let me know. I was at Dollar Tree every afternoon, and my husband says, no more Dollar Tree, no more Maker, and so I just go in secret and leave it in the car so he doesn't know. But it was the most amazing
We'll edit
thing.
that part out.
Yeah. He knows. He just pretends like he doesn't know. But it's the most amazing thing. So last year we turned it into a social studies-based project where the 4th graders made a Spanish mission. They saw in their book what a Spanish mission looked like. Then they made it. And some of them painted it. Some of them made it out of clay. Some of them used Easter eggs that I have a whole Maker wall of just junk and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would just go pull stuff. I could use this for this. I could use this for this.
Yeah.
They had fabric. They were making a shirt with Spanish missions. Amazing. They showed me that they knew exactly what a Spanish mission was, and nobody took out a pencil and a piece of paper and took a test.
That's awesome.
It was phenomenal.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
That's really cool.
So that's what I'm trying to do, and it's working right now, and I love every minute of it.
So the thing that you have to think about in the future is, as you are learning these things, and now, right now you're saying, I don't know the answer to this. Okay, well, there will be a time where you actually will know the answer, and then you get to pretend not to know the answer.
I don't know.
You're right.
I never know.
Yes.
And one of my favorite things is, a couple of years ago, we put up a fantastic failures wall. Because in Maker and coding and robotics, it's not going to work right the first time. So I had superhero border up, and then I put up posters that I found online of like Michael Jordan, because he failed the first time. And Walt Disney was fired from his first job for not being creative enough. So his poster was up there. Oprah was up there. A lot of famous people that my kids knew were up there, and they were like, oh, everything didn't work right? I'm like, no. So the kids started using sticky notes, and when they failed, they would write down how they felt and what they learned and go put it on the wall. So they were fantastic failures too. None of my pencils have erasers on them because I want them to make mistakes. I want to see the mistakes, and it drives them crazy. And I said, that's okay. It's okay. I want to see what you were thinking along the way, because then I know how I can help you the next time. If I see that you're stumbling in this one place and I can find you the resource, either through me or through another kid to help you, that's what I want to see. And it's been so much fun to watch. When I first started teaching at this school, like 8 years ago, I had students in 5th grade who were scared to put pencil to paper in math because what if the answer was wrong that they wrote down? And I would tell them, I don't even know if that answer's right because I'm not a math person. I'm learning right along with you. We're going to make mistakes together. It's okay. And now we're at the point where they're taking those chances. And they're trying something that doesn't work. And I tell them all the time, be brave. Step out, touch that button, click on that thing, figure out what it does. And if it's wrong, okay, we learned that. And if it's right, look where you can go. And then go tell somebody else. So that's what we're trying to build, is that being okay with being wrong, being okay with making mistakes, because that is where we learn the most.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
I'm super impressed.
Thank you.
That is so awesome.
I'm super impressed. I'm glad
My
you came
mother will
to
be
see
so
us.
happy. I already texted her once today and said, guess what somebody said? She'll be so happy.
Very impressed. So, couple of things.
Okay.
What are you looking forward to getting out of this place before you get out of here?
So I promised my 5th graders, our next unit coming up in our coding class is robotics, and I promised them that we have tons of robotics because I'm obsessed, and I spend my money on robotics too. So my husband tried to take away my credit cards when I go to conferences too. It doesn't work because Amazon already has it saved in there. But, so I'm looking for more robots for them for their robotics unit. We have probably too many, but still. We're looking for more, and so I found a couple already that I'm pretty excited about, with the root one that goes up the wall and all kinds, and there's levels. I'm pretty excited about that. I have some VEX already that I need to go by and stop and talk to them because they're still in the boxes. They were handed to me and said, here you go, and I haven't opened them yet because I haven't had time yet. So I'm going to stop by and talk to them. So robotics is something that I'm super looking forward to, with coding as well. And then I'm looking for more blended learning. Our school is moving to a blended learning format in kindergarten through 5th. ECE already works within that. Our 1st through 5th right now are working towards it. Kindergarten is working towards it. And then our middle school and high school are also working toward that. So we're looking for more blended and personalized learning. So when I went through the sessions, that's the ones I'm highlighting. And I'm trying to find more for that I can take back.
Sure.
And not just the tools for it, but the ideas of, this is how I'm setting up my classroom for it. This is how I'm setting up the room to look. This is how the rotations are working. If I'm doing rotations, this is what didn't work for me. Because for us to learn what didn't work for someone else, we're still going to try that because maybe it'll work.
Right, sure.
I want to know what worked for other people, what didn't work for other people, so that I can take that back and we can start looking at that. Those are my two main things, is robotics that I promised my 5th graders, and then as a school, my goal while here is blended learning and personalized learning.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Okay, so if our listeners want to find you and share, Twitter?
Twitter, at Penchevable, Penchevable.
Okay.
And then I also have a website, nancypenchev.com, NancyPenchev.com.
You've been listening to a recorded conversation from EduTech Guys live coverage of FETC 2018. For more information about EduTech Guys, visit edutechguys.com. And thanks for listening.